The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. The FDA warns vaccine supply may remain tight until next year. In an interview with the chiefs, FDA Director General Eric Domingo explained that vaccines under emergency use authorization will be phased out once there is a fully approved product by 2022. This in turn will have implications on the global and local vaccine supply.
Next year, I don't think it's good. The supply side is not going to be as easy as we thought it would be. Nakakompromiso pa rin yan doon sa mayayaman ng mga bansa. Akala kasi natin by 2022 talagang mas maraming factories na ang mabubuksan nila. I think in 2022 the supply is still going to be tight, particularly for the Western vaccines.
And despite reports of waning efficacy of COVID vaccines after 6 months, Domingo insists that these vaccines continue to offer a degree of protection. However, the agency continues to study the possibility of giving booster doses to more vulnerable sectors.
So far, yung 3rd, 4th, and 5th month, hindi naman dumadami. So, ang pinag-aaralan natin ngayon, if we give boosters, kung sino yung bibigyan, yung healthcare workers who are really exposed to the virus day in, day out. And then second, yung mga senior citizen. Kasi sila yung baka from the very beginning, we're not able to mount an immune response.
We are down to the last 4 days of the extended voter registration for the 2022 polls. In Caloocan, crowds of residents started lining up at the mall registration center beginning last night. And some of those in line early this morning had already attempted to register multiple times before, but were unable to make the cutoff. Despite these inconveniences, registrants say they're extending their patience as it's important for them to practice their right to vote. But because of the huge number of people at the registration center, it has become difficult for many to observe health protocols such as social distancing. COMELEC reminds last-minute registrants to bring all required documents, their own ball pens, rubbing alcohol, and to wear their face mask and shields.
Medyo mahirap po talaga, lalo hanggang hanggang 30 na lang yung...
Hirap talaga sir kasi galing pa bago silang. Ito yung alas 2 ako lumalis eh. O ngayon, wala na. Katok na naman daw.
May trabaho ba kayo?
Opo sir.
So, absent kayo?
Absent muna ako na ulit.
Pang ilang araw nyo ng absent?
Pangatlo na sir.
Alas 7 pa ako dito kagabi. Kasi panlima ko na to pumunta dito. Kaya sabi ko, bahala na. Kahit bawal lang tapos may pumunta ditong pulis kanina. Inano kami, ganito ganon. Hindi kami nagpatinag.
The MMDA says traffic in Metro Manila is nearing pre-pandemic levels. Speaking to the chiefs, MMDA General Manager Attorney Romando Artes said that although the volume of traffic in the metro is now just a few thousand shy of pre-pandemic levels, cars are moving faster, possibly because of newly opened roads and the EDSA bus carousel implementation. He also said the traffic is expected to be heavier as the holidays approach. But even with the heavier traffic brought about by lighter restrictions in the NCR, Artes added that the MMDA is not yet keen on re-implementing the number coding scheme, as public transportation has yet to normalize.
Sa ngayon po, halos pre-pandemic level na po ang dami ng sasakyan sa kalsada. Ganun pa man po, mas mabilis po ang daloy ng trapiko. Hindi pa po inclined na ibalik ang number coding scheme kasi po hindi pa naman po normal ang ating pampublikong transport.
The government is implementing stricter guidelines for visitors of the so-called Dolomite Beach at the Manila Bay. This as the number of visitors over the weekend reached over 100,000. Shaila Francisco with the report.
Excitement turned into disappointment as the 11-year-old son of Diane was barred by guards from entering the Manila Bay Dolomite Beach on Tuesday. The Environment Department has just banned minors 11 years and younger from entering the man-made beach. Her family had to make do with what they can see from the gate.
Na-disappoint lang po kasi kahapon pwede pa yung mga bata, tapos ngayon hindi na pwede.
The IATF and the Office of the President called out the DNR. Based on IATF guidelines, minors may only go out for work, essential services, and outdoor exercises. But that was not the case at a Dolomite Beach over the weekend, where some visitors were not even asked to present IDs. Visitors count reached 122,000 on Sunday alone.
Actually, that's a challenge to all of us, no? Kung paano ma-determine. Madali rin naman yan kasi hindi naman namin sila check. Kung makita mo yung mga bata, at least we will be at least somehow give the benefit of the doubt sa mga parents. Kasi ang responsibility naman yan, kaya natin pinagbawal yan for the safety din.
The DNR noted a 40% dip in visitors on Tuesday. They hope the new rule will help manage foot traffic.
Ang kapansin-pansin dito, isa o dalawang bata ang kasamang mga guardians, about 5 to 8 persons, no, na nag-aalaga sa kanila. So, expected mo ngayon na kapag pinagbawal mo yung bata rito, even the guardians themselves, hindi na pupunta muna yan.
Other new guidelines will be implemented here at the Dolomite Beach. It will be closed Fridays for maintenance, and visitors will be capped at 5,000 at a time, with stay only allowed for 15 minutes on weekdays and 2 hours on weekends. Manila Mayor Isko Moreno said they were not informed by DNR regarding its opening. He says he will let the IATF file cases against the DNR officials. The DNR, for its part, is mulling closing the beach to continue its rehabilitation, pending the approval of the Manila Bay Interagency Task Force.
So we will still sit down and assess the situation. Titingnan namin kung ano yung pwede naming magawa. While pending that period, that time to discuss these things of closure, siguro i-address muna namin yung crowd volume of people going to the Dolomite.
As it is, the beach will be closed for the holidays from October 29 to November 3. Shaila Francisco, WR1 News.
The DENR is also looking to require a downloadable gate pass for Dolomite Beach visitors. Speaking on 1PH sa Totoo Lang, Environment Undersecretary Benny Antiporda said this would solve contact tracing and overcrowding issues at the site.
So nakalagay po roon sa downloadable na gate pass, yung anong oras po kayo naka-schedule, ano po pangalan nyo, ilang ang edad nyo. So, yung contact tracing din po, kasama na rin po doon. So, would you imagine, mas mapapaganda, no? So, pagdating mo naman dito, ang mangyayari sa'yo is you'll be given at least 2 hours na mag-enjoy dyan. At of course, meron lang saktong bilang kung ilan yung talagang carrying capacity at a single time ng ating pong Dolomite Beach.
After a long hiatus due to the pandemic, Creamline dominates the first leg of both men's and women's beach volleyball in Cagayan. But this was not without challenges, as inclement weather threatened the games. Gretchen Ho with the report.
In its first tournament since the start of the pandemic, it wasn't COVID-19 that threatened the Beach Volleyball Republic on tour. Rather, it was the big waves that came along the shores of Santa Ana, Cagayan. Despite the challenging weather, the beach volleyball community showed once again its tried and tested resilience.
Lahat, Gretch, nagtulungan. Lahat talaga. The volunteers, the media people, the production team, lahat nagbuhat ng ad board, lahat nagbuhat ng tents. We had marshals from the regional mobile group na nagbubuhat ng tent. As in, everybody moved.
In the women's division, Creamline's Cici Rondina and Bernadette Pons capped off their dominant campaign with the championship. The pair claimed the title after defeating Good Health CDO's Baby Love Barbon and Jen Eslapor.
Sobrang saya, ate, kasi binigyan ulit kami ng pagkakataon na makalaro, and sobrang hirap din na pagdaanan namin kasi nakulong din kami ilang months sa Manila and walang court.
Dati, ilan lang yung naglalaro ng beach volleyball tapos parang hindi siya talaga pinapansin ng tao. Ngayon, napapansin na ng tao, which is yun naman talaga yung gusto namin.
In the men's, it was Creamline's Jude Garcia and Krung Arbasto who took home the gold. The duo defeated PLDT's Rancel Varga and Efraim de Maculangan in 3 close sets.
Mixed emotions na kasi ayun, first local partnership namin ni Jude, tapos unang championship title din ni Jude.
sana magtuloy-tuloy ulit yung program ng Beach Volley, sana hindi maputol para mas magumanda yung napapakita namin sa performance namin.
But there won't be much rest for both teams as the second leg starts on October 28. This will be their preparation for the upcoming Asian Seniors Beach Volleyball Championship this November 23 to 27 in Phuket, Thailand.
Iba talaga kapag game situation. You get to train the timing of your body, the recovery of your body sa games, yung mental preparedness mo, yung mental toughness mo, yung emotions mo, you get to control also inside the court. And I guess this really would help them prepare for more tournaments in the future.
The second leg of BVR on Tour will be streamed live via Puso Pilipinas Facebook page and Beach Volleyball Republic's TikTok page. Gretchen Ho, We Are One News.
Here's a quick look at some of today's headlines. More than half of Filipino adults say their quality of life got worse over the past year. That's based on the latest SWS survey. The government is pushing for 100% seating in public transportation. And vlogger Naz Daily reconciles with Apo Wang-od. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 10:45 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories. We can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We're One News.